My name is Alex. I'm 29 years old, chronically sarcastic, and have an impressive collection of overdue bills. When a friend sent me the ad, night janitor, high pay, few questions, I laughed. Then I accepted it. Because let's be honest, who says no to a poorly paid mystery? The building was called the Holloway Building. Seriously, Holloway? Sounded like the name of an asylum or a place where people mysteriously vanish. But there I went, backpack slung over my shoulder, sarcasm in my pocket, and the dream of making enough money to pay for, I don't know, the internet. The entrance was pretty old-fashioned and quiet. Too quiet. No sound of residents, no kids screaming, no dogs barking. Just the sound of my sneakers scraping the moldy carpet. At the reception, I met the building manager, a thin, pale man dressed like he was on his way to a funeral. Maybe his own.
Mr. Alex, well, come to Holloway. Here's the contract. Read carefully.
The contract had 16 pages. I read 3 lines. Enough to understand. I shouldn't talk to the residents and I must never enter the 11th floor. Odd, the building only had 10. I should avoid mirrors after midnight. Of course. Standard job rules. Totally normal. I signed it because only a fool signs a contract without reading. And I'm a functional fool. I started that very night. Of course, standard job rules, totally normal. I signed it because only a fool signs a contract without reading. And I'm a functional fool. I started that very night. The building was weird from the first second. Lights flickered, but only when I was alone. The elevator stopped on floors I didn't press. Once on the 3rd floor, I heard a door slam. I went to check. Nothing. Just the hallway. And a porcelain doll lying face up, staring at me. Okay, don't mess with cursed toys. Noted. In the security room, the cameras had constant static, but sometimes they showed someone standing in the elevator corner. Someone who didn't appear on any other camera, didn't leave the building, didn't exist in the logs. At 2 a.m., I heard the first voice, a whisper coming from the radio.
You saw the wrong floor.
I turned it off immediately, rebooted the system, decided I needed coffee. In the staff kitchen, I found a mug with my name on it. I'd never told anyone my name there, but the mug was there, and inside it, a wet note, trembling handwriting.
They hear everything, even what you think.
Of course. Why not? I went back to my round pretending it was all a hidden camera prank. But then I saw something through the window. In the building across, all apartments were dark, except one, and inside, someone was watching me. They smiled, they waved, and it was me. After seeing myself waving from a neighboring building, I thought, okay, either I'm being pranked or I just lost 5% of my sanity. Worse? I went to check again, looked out the window. The apartment was dark, no one in sight, not even reverse me. I took a deep breath, resumed my round, and promised not to lose it. Yet, then the elevator descended by itself to the lobby. No one had called it, and when the doors opened, the panel inside showed the number 11. Even though the building officially had only 10 floors, I looked again. The 11 button wasn't there before, but now it was glowing red, as if saying, "Come, curious. Come lose your soul." Obviously, I went in. Sarcasm has its limits, but stupidity is unlimited when you're the protagonist in a horror story. The elevator rose in silence. The floors passed slowly. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then, ding. The doors opened and everything was dark, but not normal dark. Thick, heavy dark, like the air had been filtered through coal. The hallway looked just like the others, except for one thing, the mirrors. Every wall had one, all old, in worn, stained frames, and all of them showed slightly wrong reflections. I walked and saw my reflection smile before I did, or turn its head when I was still looking straight ahead, or stay still, watching me, even after I'd walked past. At this point, my sarcasm was in free fall. But like a determined idiot, I kept going until I saw a door at the end of the hallway. Apartment 1101. The doorknob was cold. The "I'll drag your soul if you open this" kind of cold. I turned it. It opened. Inside, empty. But not the abandoned kind. The kind of empty that waits for someone. And in the middle of the room, a wheelchair. Facing a mirror, on the wall a VHS tape hung on a nail and a handwritten note. Watch and know. I went back to the security room, tape in hand, barely breathing. I inserted the tape into the building's old VCR, black screen, static. Then, an image. He looks at the camera and whispering a janitor uniform, sitting in the same chair, in the same apartment, on the same 11th floor.
It's not the building, it's the reflection. Holloway lives in what you don't see. But the mirror shows they don't want you to escape. They want you to accept. And if you try to leave, you'll find yourself outside.
At that moment, he stands, points to the mirror, and says,
"He's coming."
The screen goes black, and then behind me, I hear a click. I turn quickly. Nothing. Except my reflection on the TV screen, smiling. And I wasn't. Tried to stay calm. I mean, the reflection in the TV had smiled. I hadn't. But maybe I was just tired, lacking sugar. A glitch in the matrix. Sure, Alex. Keep telling yourself that. I grabbed the tape, stuffed it in my jacket pocket, and decided to leave the building. Took a deep breath, went down in the elevator, and started getting suspicious when it didn't stop at the lobby. It went straight to the parking garage. Total darkness. Lights flickered twice and turned on. Dusty cars, all covered with tarps. No visible plates. I went to the garage door. Locked. Tried the emergency stairs. Secured with a rusty lock that hadn't been there before. Okay, plan B. Called the elevator again. It came. Doors opened. But inside, instead of the regular buttons, there was only one. You. Literally that. The word, you. Great. Now the elevator knows my name. Things are going well. I pressed it. The elevator shuddered. Lights went out. And when they came back on, I wasn't in the garage, nor the lobby, nor any floor at all. I was in a corridor made of mirrors, at least 30 meters in every direction. Reflections everywhere, all different. One of them moved slightly behind me. Another stared with its head tilted as if saying, "You still don't get it, do you?" Then I saw it. A reflection. That wasn't me. Same uniform. Same hair. Same face. But eyes. Pitch black. And it started walking toward me, running. I ran too, tripping over my own breath, hearing glass cracking as that me broke mirrors along the way. I found a door at the end of the corridor. Didn't think. Opened it. Stepped inside. Silence. A room full of files. Folders. Photos. Recordings. All of former employees, including me. My file. Dated 1978. Photo. Me, same uniform, same face. Alex, 29 years old, hired 1978. Status, active. My hands trembled. My heart felt like it was trying to escape through my throat. At the back of the room, one last recording. Security footage. Date. Tomorrow, on the 11th floor. I appear on the screen, laughing, alone, whispering to the camera. "We never leave, Alex. We just switch shifts." The screen goes black, and the TV reflects black eyes. Again, behind me. I tried to run. I left the archive room with the file in hand, heart racing, mind cracking like old glass. I ran through the hallways, but everything seemed to change places. Each floor I passed brought me back to the same spot, as if the building had turned into a Rubik's Cube with no solution, as if it was shuffling me around. I tried to break a window. Behind it, nothing. Literally, A black void as if Holloway floated outside of reality. I screamed, and the echo that came back wasn't my voice. It was my laugh, but distorted, as if someone was mimicking me with sick pleasure. I found the elevator again. The door was already open. No buttons. Inside, just the mirror. Only the mirror. And in the reflection of many versions of me, some screaming, others banging on walls. One of them looking at me calm, as if he already knew. Then he spoke.
Now it's your shift, Alex.
I was pulled. Not physically, it was more internal, a dragging from within. The world shook. My head throbbed. And when I opened my eyes, I was at Holloway's front desk, sitting, uniform perfectly clean. Morning sunlight coming through the windows, a new employee approaching with a contract in hand. He looked at me and asked,
"Are you the janitor?"
I smiled, almost involuntarily. I am. Welcome to Holloway. The camera slowly pulls back, shows the building from outside. People pass by, but none go in. A neon sign flickers at the top. Holloway Building, where not even time escapes, a cut to black. Silence. Alex's voice whispers,
Just one more shift.